Yes, we are discussing the minimum of a three numbers algorithm. Suppose the inputs are A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 10. We have checked if A is less than B and A is less than C. Since the condition to be tested is checking if 1 less than 2 condition is true and 1 less than 10 the condition is true. So when A is less than B and A is less than C, this stage, what is the minimum? Minimum is A. What is A? A is the value 1. That's what in the algorithm we have stored minimum to the variable A. This is one case. Second, when the minimum is available at the second location or second as a second input, minimum of suppose 10 comma 5 comma 20. In this case, what are the variables? A is 10, B is 5, C is 20. Checking if A less than B. Checking if A is less than B and A is less than C. 10 less than 5 and A is less than C. 10 less than 20. Checking this condition, what happens? What is 10 less than 5? What is the result of 10 less than 5?
False.
And is false. Even 10 less than 20, condition is true. False and true, right? This is true. False and true, this results in the outcome as
False.
false. In this case, the next executable statement is please check the algorithm if B less than C. If B is less than C, what is B? 5. 5 is less than 20. Condition is true. So we have assigned minimum to the variable part B. B is assigned to the variable minimum. So minimum is 5. The next possibility, when the minimum is available in the third variable, minimum say 10 comma 15 comma 2. In this case, our inputs are A is equal to 10, B is equal to 15, C is equal to 2. So initially we need to check if A is less than B and A is less than C. That means we are checking if A is the minimum quantity. 10 less than 15 and 10 less than 2. 10 less than 15 condition is true. 10 less than 2 condition is false. True and false. This results in the outcome as false. So A less than B and A less than C condition is false. Then we need to check if B is less than C. Checking if B is less than C. What is B? 15. 15 is less than C. 2. 15 less than 2. Condition is false. In this case, the condition is true means minimum is equal to B. Since the condition is false, so please check the algorithm. We have returned minimum is equal to C. What is C? C is 2. So minimum is assigned a variable, minimum is assigned a value of 2. The variable C is assigned to the variable minimum. So minimum of 10 comma 15 comma 2 is 2. So just understand the control logic to compare, right, the three numbers and to find the minimum. It is enough to check if A less than B and A less than C. If the condition is true, if A less than B and A less than C is true, then we can write minimum is equal to A. Minimum is equal to A. Else, we need to check if B is less than C. This is enough. If B less than C is true, then minimum is equal to B. Else, minimum is equal to C. This is a way to find the minimum of three numbers A, comma B, comma C. Understand the logic? Understand the logic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first what you have to do, you need to write the pseudocode, normal English-like statements, then draw the equivalent flowchart, then define the steps, right, in terms of step 1, step 2, step 3, etc. till reaching stop and end the steps. The same way you can find the minimum of 4 numbers. A few minutes I tell you the logic, you can solve the problem. Or I take this problem. Maximum of 4 integers. Maximum of 4 integers. The problem is, what is max of A, comma B, comma C, comma D? This is the problem. I tell you the logic, right, so that you can easily formulate the pseudocode and you can construct the flow chart and you can easily write the equivalent algorithm. To find the maximum of 4 numbers, right, A, B, C, D. As a first step, how we have compared for 3 numbers. The first number A is compared with the remaining 2 numbers B and C. In the same way, here our first number is A. A is going to be compared with B, C and D in a single step. That means in a single well-defined instruction, we are comparing the first number with the remaining 3 numbers B, C and D. So I write the logic here. If
Excuse me, sir.
A is, yes,
Sir, which
yes,
language are we writing the code in, sir?
we are going to write in C language.
So all the codes you gave before are in C language, sir?
We
No, sir,
have
just
not yet
doubt. I don't
returned
know,
the
sir. I'm
code.
asking. Oh,
Yeah, we have not yet returned the code. Just we have formulated the basics, how to solve the problem using pseudocode, algorithm, a flowchart. Then later, right, we will learn C language. So once we start the C language, the problems that we have solved, right, so far will be converted or the algorithm is translated into a C language. So whatever we are seeing is just the algorithmic fundamentals. This is not the language implementation. Just Algorithm is we are formulating. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not? Okay. Now, right, I tell you the logic. Maximum of 4 integers. First, A is compared with B. A greater than B, and check if A is greater than C, and check A is greater than D. If A is greater than D, what is the meaning? First number is greater than the second number, and first number is greater than the third number, and first number is greater than the last number. In this case, we can write maximum. I write in short max. Max is equal to A. Else, so when A is maximum, ultimately A greater than B, A greater than C, A greater than D. All these three conditions must be true. So when these conditions are true, we can set a variable A to the left hand side variable max. Max is equal to A. Else, so when A is not a maximum, that is the meaning of else. When A is not a maximum, there is a chance any one of B, C, and D will be the maximum. So to find out the maximum among three numbers B, C, and D, then we are checking the else part. Else if checking the condition if B is greater than C and B is greater than D. If B greater than C and B greater than D, what is the meaning? The second number is greater than the third number and the second number is greater than the fourth number. If B greater than C and B greater than D, then we can conclude which is the maximum. In this case, B is greater than C and B is greater than D. Second is greater than the third and the fourth number. So what is the maximum in this stage? D is the maximum number. So maximum is equal to D. Yes. Else, in this case, A is not maximum, B is not maximum, then we need to compare C and D. So if C is greater than D, then the third number is greater than the fourth number. In this case, what we can write? We can write maximum is equal
Max
to
equal to
C.
C.
Very good. Else, what is the meaning of
D,
final
D is
else?
maximum.
Yeah, max is not equal to A, max is not equal to B, max is not equal to C. That is the logic of the last else statement. In this case, we can have max is equal to D. I write here. Max is equal to D. This is the logic to find the maximum of 4 integers. First integer is completely compared with the remaining 3 numbers to conclude if first is maximum. Else, second number is compared with the third and fourth numbers to conclude if second is maximum. Else, the third number is compared with the fourth number to conclude if the third is maximum. When these conditions, previous if conditions are failed, ultimately the maximum number is the last variable. D is the last variable. If you want to trace, right, you can take one example where A is maximum, then max For example, 10 comma 5 comma 8 comma 6. In this case, 10 is greater than 5, 10 is greater than 8, 10 is greater than 6. Since A is greater than B, A is greater than C, A is greater than D, so we have this conditional list. A greater than B and A greater than C, A greater than D. So max is A. What is A? A is 10. In case when the maximum is stored in the second variable, suppose 5, 10, 7, 9. In this case, A, B, C, D. A greater than B, 5 greater than 10 and 5 greater than 7 and 5 greater than 9. Am I right? 5 greater than 10. What happens? Condition is false. So next we need to check if B is greater than C and D is greater than D. 10 is greater than 7 and 10 is greater than 9. Condition is true. 10 greater than 7 and 10 greater than 9. In this case, max assigns the variable B. What is B? 10. 10 is assigned to the variable B. So when the second input, right, results in a maximum, that is actually assigned to the variable max. In case the third input is a maximum 1. For example, we are tracing the algorithm bar 5, 15, 25, 10. A, B, C, D. First check if A is greater than B and A is greater than C and A is greater than D. 5 greater than 15, 5 greater than 25, 5 greater than 10. Condition is false. Then check if B is greater than C and D is greater than D. 15 is greater than 25, 15 is greater than 10. Again we have false. Condition is false. Then check if C is greater than D. 25 is greater than 10. Condition is true. So the variable C is assigned to the maximum. Now maximum is 25. Similarly, when the maximum is assigned in the last location, for example, max of 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first if condition fails, false. First if condition fails. 1 greater than 2, 1 greater than 3 and 1 greater than 4. Combined condition is false. Then the second if 2 greater than 3 and 2 greater than 4, condition is false. In the third if 3 greater than 4, condition is false. So when the third if fails, what is our logic? Ultimately, max is equal to D, right? So this is a line to be executed. Max is equal to D. So executing that line, max equal to D, condition false, max is equal to D. What is D? 4 is the maximum quantity. Am I 1, 2, 3 and 4. So clearly understand, in this session we have focused on the way of writing the algorithm and way of defining, right, the English-like statements as the part of an algorithm called pseudocode, then we have seen the different symbols which are used to construct the algorithm. So using those symbols, we can draw the flowchart representation, diagrammatic representation. So to solve a problem, right, start with the simple English-like statements called pseudocode. Then try to convert the statements right into the diagrammatic representation, or if you prefer to write the algorithm first, then drawing the flowchart, whatever is right, okay. Have any doubts in this session? Have any doubts?
No doubt, sir. Clear, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, I post the videos right after some time. Please go through this video and the previous video also, right? And if you have any queries, right, you try to ask me. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.